Fight. Here we are again. It is, October 7th, 2019. We are pre-recording this for you guys since we cannot really do live yet, but stay tuned. December 2nd or 3rd is just around the corner. And I want to bring in my partner in justice, Shady Grooove. Get in here, will ya?
I'm in here, Matrixxx. It's already Monday, and the president is already fighting for everyone. This guy does not stop, does he?
Our president.
Hope you had a great weekend, my friend.
Oh, man, I had a really good weekend. I had my daughter at homecoming. She drove her friends around. Oh, my gosh.
That makes Dad sad.
Oh, but you know what? I'm very proud of her. She's a very responsible kid. I'm very blessed. I have a daddy's girl.
You're very lucky.
Very, very blessed. Thank you very much. And, guys, I hope you all had a great weekend. I just couldn't keep up with all the Q Plus posts.
Q Plus was going crazy this weekend, my friend. I think we're going to cover a lot of that, but this gentleman is he is really starting to speak up for us because he seems unchained.
Oh my gosh, it was absolutely insane what was happening. Let's start off with Lion Shifty Shift. How many Pinocchios? Ready? Let's check this out.
600 Pinocchios.
Now remember, Pinocchio, be a good boy and always let your conscience be your guide.
Have you heard from the whistleblower? Do you want to hear from the whistleblower?
We have not spoken directly with the whistleblower.
Just one?
You don't know who this
one Pinocchio
whistleblower is or what they are alleging.
Anderson Vanderbilt. He is a bloodline, folks.
Two?
Gave no indication that
two Pinocchios.
Met with the whistleblower or anybody on his team had ever met with a whistleblower.
We might not have even known there was a whistleblower complaint alleging an urgent concern.
We might not have known.
Three Pinocchios.
Days before it was filed,
his office acknowledged that the whistleblower had reached out to a staff member.
How does he explain that when clearly at that point the whistleblower had come to Chairman Schiff's committee?
I believe he destroyed his credibility.
And he just wasn't honest with how he answered these questions.
Perhaps you haven't been telling the truth. Oh, I have. Every single word.
Boom.
According to the media, he has just now destroyed his credibility.
Just now?
Yeah, like it just happened. Like that. Like now. Before he was pretty much telling the truth, and now his credibility's gone because of that.
Now remember, guys, the Anons, you and I, everybody out here in YouTube land out there, look, we knew. Remember this. This is a very important marker. The last stand, election fraud cases open, DOJ many. Follow the family. We're talking about Biden's family, right? Pelosi's family now, right? I mean, interesting. Follow the resignations, business and government. Who's really making it public? Who is making it all public? We, the Q team, are the gatekeepers of all. By all, we mean all information. You won. Canada, EU, Russia, Iran, North Korea, Syria, Pakistan, Iran next, Shady. So, I mean, just very amazing stuff happening right here. This is Mitt. Mitt, get off the stage. You've had your turn twice. I don't even think I need to. You want to? Should we watch it? I mean,
no, you can play it.
All right, let's play it. I just Mittens the clown. Here we go.
Mittens the clown.
Yeah. Barack Obama will be re-elected president of the United States.
Plan B, Plan C, Plan D are now gone. And so you start looking at the Romney math and you're saying, well then, what's Plan E?
Tears and a gloomy atmosphere as supporters left the convention center in Boston following Romney's concession speech.
That was a race, I have to say, folks, that should have been won.
I wouldn't call anything encouraging for Hillary Clinton at the moment, to be honest with you, my friend.
Hillary Clinton has called Donald Trump to concede the race.
President of the United States of America, Donald Trump.
That's my man. That's my president.
Who did not concede?
Yeah, and she really didn't concede, did she? She sent up Peter Podesta. What's his name?
Yeah, and that's I was actually making that point this weekend, talking to a friend of mine, and explaining that I think the Q does say early on in the post talking, he explains about why is it interesting that there wasn't a concession, and now she's out there saying that on The View, saying he's an illegitimate president. So it's looking to me like she's been planning this the whole time. Remember the meeting in the skiff of 8 right after? What was the plan? I think the plan was for her not to concede and to come back later and say he's illegitimate. and attempt this coup, because we are in the middle of a coup here in America right now. That is what is happening.
And Donald Trump rightfully says, so crooked Hillary Clinton can delete and acid wash 33,000 emails after getting a subpoena from the United States Congress. But I make one totally appropriate telephone call to the president of Ukraine? Witch hunt. Look at that, guys. I mean, when is enough, Shady?
Well, I'm not really sure that enough is going to be enough. I mean, if you lie and you lie and you lie and you lie, they can't. I mean, what are they going to do? It's checkmate right now. They can't not impeach. They can't impeach. They can't move any direction. They're stuck.
Yeah. So 3241, Shady, read this. I mean, this is amazing right here. This is I mean, who knew? Anons knew. Q knew. You knew. Shady.
From March of this past year, Congressman Adam Schiff, who spent 2 years knowingly and unlawfully lying and leaking, forced to resign from Congress, knowingly, leaking investigations can lead to forced resignations. Knowingly dissemination of false information is illegal. Gang of 8 intel. Q.
Yes.
3241.
Panic in DC. And that's from that's a great meme from @JLA_Q_Anon. Make sure you get over there and follow him. He's quite a patriot. Look at that, Shady. Look at that. I mean,
knowingly is key to all of this. He knowingly said he didn't talk to the whistleblower. He literally may be the whistleblower.
I mean, we know that now that he helped write it, apparently, right?
I mean, he's more of it, but he's a fact witness, and we're doing this impeachment thing, and a lot of people don't understand that Nixon had an impeachment vote, but he wasn't impeached. It was like 404-4 or something to impeach Nixon, and so he just quit. He resigned. And so going back, the Clinton debacle, going back past that, we have to go all the way back to Johnson, which was, after Lincoln, and he was a devout racist, very, very, made some extraordinarily horrible statements, and they actually did impeach him. So it's a process that needs a vote, and the president and you, America, we have to demand a vote. I want a vote. I want every one of those members in the House on record as what they stand right now. And we've already had a couple yesterday and today. One was a Democrat representative who is saying that she's being pressured by Tom Steyer to support impeachment. So if we get 6 or 8 or 10 of the Democrats to come out and reveal what's going on behind the scenes, it all falls like a house of cards, I think.
The FISA will bring down the House, and this is their last stand. This is their last hope. Donald Trump also reminds us that he will be in Minnesota on Thursday night. Massive response, crowd, and enthusiasm actually all over the country. Will be beyond belief. The same thing in Louisiana on Friday. Big and bold USA. Now,
so he's doing 2 rallies this week?
Yes. Now
One
look.
Thursday and Friday. Wow.
Be ready. MSM coming. Big way. We see all. We hear all. Fight, fight, fight. Conspiracy push coming. MSM lost control. D's lost slave grip. D's lost center voters. Libs are minority. MSM's project as big movement. Fake news. 4 to 6% lost forever. Hello, George. Look at that, Shady.
And that is 113. Wow.
113.18. Be ready. So I took big, right? Big, right? Big and then bold. I didn't look at bold yet. Let's we
could plug bold in real quick over here.
Yeah.
Let's see if we got something.
Let's see. We got something. Oh, I wanted to look at this too, Shady. These are 1-year Delta posts. Sally Yates, Q. I think this is also very important to kind of look at. Report Google hid user data breach from public out of fear of Congress would take action. That's all about that. Court order to preserve all data sent to Google. Think Google Plus, Gmail, etc. Comms cleanup. The more you know. Q. Here's another one. D-Class. This is a great document. Are the FISA retractions legal? D-Class. That they are. I mean, this is the founding fathers. This means the redaction of the footnote 43 had more to do with political embarrassment than with national security, and should concern us all, folks.
It should concern us all. We're in precarious times right now, my friend.
Yeah.
And I know it's not blatantly obvious because everybody woke up this Monday morning and went to work, but there's some serious shaking going on behind the scenes.
Let's take a look some more. Do you believe in coincidences? Data provided to D-Party affiliate to target voters for November 6th election. Win at all costs. Here's your Facebook data breach. Google exposed user data breach right there. Twitter bugs sent user direct messages to developers for over a year. Do you believe in coincidences, folks? Here's another one. It's a graphic. 10 minutes before Kavanaugh is confirmed as Supreme Court Justice, the Democrats toss Christine Ford. And she has,
I love these add-ons.
I mean, this is great. Walk away. Hashtag walk away. 113,000 suppressed new views in the last 24 hours. Your voice is spreading. Q. So even though we're not, I think even though our numbers don't show it, Shady, I think we are getting a lot more views and a lot more hits than what they're showing us and showing you out there, guys.
I agree with that. And from what we've seen with the algorithms and the different programs that they've put into Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, now, if this is not just infecting Twitter, it's infecting Facebook and Instagram as well. They're using these same algorithms.
Algorithms.
I
love that. Now look at this.
I've been at the internet. You did? Yes, I've been at the algorithm too.
And algorithms.
Okay, we're going to name it after you then.
Well, it is censorship, and that's what him and his wife are all
And that's
about.
what they like. They like to censor us.
Parental advisory for your record albums is done by Gore's wife, so there you go. 2370, U.S. taxpayers are paying for it all. Paris Accord, scam trillions. Red Cross, scam billions. Foreign aid, scam trillions. War, scam trillions, on and on. Who audits the money? Who audits where the money actually goes? Who actually receives the money? The U.S. taxpayers funding the very people we are engaged in taking down. Slush funds everywhere. Think George Soros pays for Antifa out of his own pocket? The hole is deep. Feel sick yet? But of course, Anons already knew this. Knowledge is power, and it goes to a Tom Fitton status. Let's keep going. What do you think of this one, Shady? This one here?
This one was on 10-8. It says, why not? If true, Dems do not want D-Class to prove that POTUS was colluding with Russia? Why are Dems opposed to D-Class if what they say is true? D-Class would prove evidence versus POTUS to obtain FISA warrant. Why the block? Define projection. Everybody in America is learning projection pretty good right now.
Yeah, we are.
See article above. Redactions made to protect exposing the real truth. Logical thinking. McCabe memo source to New York Times. RR Where Wire. Session subpoena to McCabe. Memos delivery to House. Baker to House. What was learned, Dems? Next up are our testimony to House. Locked and loaded.
Locked and loaded.
And we just had that locked and loaded. We just looked at this one not that long ago from where the president tweeted locked and loaded.
That's right. That's
and
right.
Here's the one. We got Red October right here.
Yeah, this one is 2368 on 10/8/18. D's playbook midterm election. We will impeach Justice K. Zero corroborating evidence and all factual witnesses provided by accuser. All denied allegations. Should we take control in November? Liberal left lunacy bait. These people are evil, sick, and stupid. You are witnessing the systematic destruction of the old guard. Old guard to us. Power to the people. Red October. Q.
And see, we thought that one was so relevant last year, but look how that even plays. And they just tried to impeach Kavanaugh just now.
Yeah, 1 year delta.
Yeah.
1 year delta. But of course, Anons knew the D's playbook regarding Kavanaugh. Think herd sheep. Think 2/3 Senate vote required to impeach. Impossible. Guys, this is all taking place in the House. They're not even voting on it. It's not even legal. It won't happen. He is insulated. Our POTUS is insulated with a 2/3 vote in the Senate. And today we have Lindsey Graham. We're going to cover that a little bit later, actually stepping up. 2367, Shady. Look at that.
D-Class of FISA equals RR self-incrimination. RR in charge of D-Class? Due to massive conflict of interest, Horowitz was tasked to final review speed, prevent left, endanger sources and methods, plus Mueller interference narrative. It will all come out. POTUS will not be baited to fire when the release itself will force. Resignation, termination, RR, UK, Australia, and others must learn the true definition of ally. RR prevented force from signing new FISAs. All signers are currently under GJ investigation, grand jury. McCabe memos, New York Times RR article prove the rats are panicking. 2018 will be glorious. Prepare for sky is falling weak.
Boom, and I think that's a 1-year delta, so replace 2018 with 2019.
With 2019.
Yeah.
And all the stuff that's coming out now is, on here it says, but of course, Anons already knew POTUS would not be baited to fire Think Red Line. The, the stuff that's coming out about Rosenstein and what was really going on behind the scene, Mr. Fenton is finding lots and lots of interesting stuff, but it seems like the number 2 in the FBI may have been the leaker. So I think they've got him pretty much cornered as the one who was leaking this information out there, basically Comey 2.0.
Wow.
So this is all coming up real quick.
Look at this. We got reminded. This is Zero Delta for today. So these were all yesterday, guys, for tomorrow. 10
for tomorrow, right.
So today, look what we got for Zero Delta. Or excuse me, 1 year Delta. Look at this. Look at this, page 294, guys. Meeting between Comey and Coleman on October 4th. Coleman told us that he could not recall his briefing with Comey. Coleman's notes from October 4th contain the following entry. Anthony Weiner, sick, unrelated. Weiner, sick, texting 15-year-old, sexually explicit. 926, federal SW, iPhone, iPad, laptop. Initial analysis of laptop, thousands of emails, Hillary Clinton and Foundation, crime against children. Plus. Look at that, guys. Unbelievable. You can read that from the article. We asked Coleman, we can do that. But I do not recall. These people deserve to blank. These people are sick. We are the cure. Patriots in control. The world will know the truth. Q. And isn't it amazing right now? I think the world knows the truth more than they did a year ago today, Shady.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look at what you're seeing. And, they're not reporting on what's going on in France. They're not reporting on what's going on in Hong Kong. They're not reporting on what's going on in Iran, where people are standing up. They're awake. Those people that are standing up in Hong Kong know that this means their livelihoods, and the world spreading this information. The world media are laughing at our media right now.
Dude, we look like fools.
We look like imbeciles by these people in our media acting like this over the weekend. What Chuck Todd did on Meet the Press yesterday, I mean, it's just disgusting. I mean, to say it's disgraceful is almost too complimentary.
Shady, I want to read this one. This is 10-7, 1 year Delta. It's a picture. It says, America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and the crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. And here's what it says, Shady. Why don't you go ahead and read that for us?
Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. Or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like in the United States where men were free. You and I have the courage to say to our enemies, there is a price we will not pay. There is a point beyond which they must not advance. We will preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we will sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness. Ronald Reagan. Boom week. Q.
Wow.
This is a 1 year Delta too.
1 year Delta today, guys. So boom week. I have a feeling we're going to have a boom week the way the president has been going.
Well, that Twitter of his is like on fire, like the Roadrunner running down. Meep. Lightning fast.
Right? So I wanted to show you that. And then I thought this was funny. Check this out. Look at this GIF. Vincent Kennedy. Look at it. Watch this. Here you go. Oh, there's the Pope. Look at that.
Little Mickey.
Look at that. That's so funny. Vincent Kennedy. So that's Vincent Crypt 46 on Twitter. Great gift there, man. I love it. Also, I kind of like this. This is from, and we
Trump's hammer.
Yeah. So this is from this. So this is he avoided to 8chan. Let's check this out.
I mean, if we're going to go down the conspiratorial road, because the White House, in the meantime, is putting it out there. There's a cycle of, as you mentioned, intentionally bad information that is going out there.
Yeah, this is the point of it. You can see it here. See, that's the thing. It starts at 4chan, gets to Reddit, gets to InfoWars, places like that. Gateway Pundit's a big blog in this space. But then once it gets to the Drudge Report and Rush Limbaugh on talk radio, then it starts to confirm this guy on 4chan posted a thing he knew was false. But by the time it gets to these places that are real news outlets that are just saying, there is talk out there, people start to believe their own madness that they've put out into the universe. And it confirms things that are already unconfirmable.
Jane, you've been reporting on this for quite some time. As Ben mentioned, you kind of wrote the book on how all of this got started. Where does it end?
That's a really good question. I mean, it ends when we as a nation start deciding that facts are facts. And
facts matter.
And there's always been a partisan angle to what you believe and what you see. But at the end of the day, either Biden gets out of the race and therefore the falsehoods about Biden's son don't matter anymore, though I don't think that's
falsehoods about Biden. How about the facts hoods?
Or we make a decision on what we're going to listen to, what we're going to...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, these people have the hardest time explaining some of the simple stuff, don't they?
So he actually fixed it. So the chain of intentionally bad information, CIA, Democrat Party, goes down to Secure Drop, 4 a.m. talking points, to the MSM Media, to BuzzFeed, to Huffington Post, to Snopes, to the Facebook, the Twitter, and Google, and obviously the Democrat Party. But really, the light to expose darkness goes this way, guys. White House, Q, 8chan, us, the Great Awakening. We are the news now, folks. You are the news. Press 17 if you are the news now.
Constantly firing the truth at the lie. Remember, the deceit is the lie. All we have to do is show the truth, and we destroy the deceit, and that is what we're doing. And whenever you listen to someone try to give you an explanation, and it takes something like that to say the explanation, he might be scamming us.
Right. I mean, did you hear that lady? I mean, she's just like the falsehoods. I mean, we've got documents. We've got it coming out of his own mouth, Shady.
It's right there. And not to mention the, notice how we're eerily quiet on John Kerry's stepson and Pickle Factory and Heinz and all this stuff. It's like that's on the horizon now, because there's people starting to talk about his dealings in China as well. And no Hunter Biden anywhere.
Yeah, and this thing on the internet that's dropping things on the Chans, 8chan and 4chan, then 8chan. They've got this to worry about.
What are shovels used for? Digging.
That's what it is, guys. We dig. We actually find the facts, folks. Okay? More so than this mainstream media. Carly, this was a great thread. Now the conspiracy. We have Facebook. Brian Hannity is wrong. He just can't say it. Let's listen to this.
And spreading these lies.
Yeah.
Here we go.
The internet is a great purveyor of this. Yeah. And spreading these lies.
Yeah.
Lies.
So, I've been mapping this out. I've covered conspiracy theories that have made their way to the White House for years. This is the most pernicious version of this. There's a whole way it gets through it. It's methodical.
I'm looking at my dictionary right now.
Rumors on things like 4chan. This specific conspiracy theory started on 4chan, an anonymous message board used by far-right people. Like that's
Say
all.
it.
That's the
Say
only
it.
people it's used by. It started on 4chan, made its way to Reddit. From Reddit, it made its way to places like The Hill, and then that lie gets confirmed over time. Each place has a degradation of editorial process.
So I'll go down this road for just for a hot.
Wow, man. Wow.
I mean, the media has a real hard time understanding their reality, Matrixx.
Right. I mean, well, they're protecting their masters, friend.
Oh.
Look at this.
So confused over there.
A Tampa plastic surgeon that had some ties to Haiti was killed in an Indiana plane crash. So that was interesting. This is interesting, Shady. What about this?
I saw this early yesterday.
The publisher for the Q book, The Great Awakening, Invitation to the Great Awakening, and her husband were both poisoned. The husband has now died from his injury sustained. I mean, what is going on here? This is not a game, folks. People are getting killed.
Yeah, they were poisoned in Mexico City. Both of them, they were there on a trip a couple of months ago, and she passed away pretty quickly from whatever it was they consumed. You know, we have seen a lot of stuff going on with this weird alcohol in Dominican Republic or whatever, but you know, they're claiming that they were poisoned and they couldn't figure out what it was that was the toxin. And he succumbed to his poisoning just a day or two ago. The husband did.
God rest his soul. And if that's not go get that book now, guys.
Relentlessly Creative Books was their publishing company, and I think they have. I think their children are involved in the company as well. But definitely, Dustin did a video, just letting people know, like, this is, like you said, it's not a game. This book was beating Michelle Obama's book, Michael Obama's book, whenever it was first coming out. So there is targeting to be considered here.
And we have Alex Jones threatening to kill QAnons. I mean, you know, so guys,
ranting and
this is not a game,
breathing.
Folks. This is not a game. Not a game. So rest in peace, and go get that book today, guys. Go get it today. I mean, just go get it. All right, eyes on Q. This is interesting. Let's check this out.
Biden is named to the Burisma board and hired. Remember, he makes about his company gets about $167,000.
Volume's a little low.
$67,000 a month. I thought it was $50,000 a month. Yeah, that's what Joe Biden said, but that's not what the official records of Rosemont Seneca show. I obtained the Rosemont Seneca firm's internal records from the FBI. They collected them in an unrelated criminal case. They show regular transfers of two $83,333 transfers a month, totaling almost $167,000 a month, going into that account each month from Burisma. That's a lot more than $50,000. They also show that Hunter
only $50,000 was for Hunter.
$50,000 retainer for the law firm he also worked for. So in addition to having Rosemont Capital, in addition to being a Burisma board member, he also worked for a law firm, and that law firm got a $250,000 retainer. So Hunter Biden and the people around him did very well from Burisma. Those are big numbers. Most Americans would like to make $167,000 a year, a month. Shows you how lucrative this contract was and this relationship was. But 2 to 3 weeks before that happens, in late April, Vice President Joe Biden is in Ukraine. He has just met with Hunter Biden's business partner, Devin Archer. That's interesting. He has having a meeting with the Prime Minister of Ukraine, not the president, because there's no president in place at that time. There had been a coup or a overthrow of the current president. And in that meeting with the Prime Minister, he says, I think Ukraine should ramp up natural gas production, and I think there are some Americans on the ground here who could help you. Who says this? The Vice President to the Prime Minister, Joe Biden. I have that transcript. I have now put that transcript in public. It had been deleted off the internet, but Can you repeat that? He says, who's the he? Vice President Joe Biden, on I believe it's April 22nd or 23rd of 2014, less than 2 to 3 weeks before Hunter Biden's hired by Burisma's natural gas company. Joe Biden says to the Prime Minister of Ukraine, I think you guys should ramp up natural gas, and there's some Americans on the ground here to help.
Look at this photograph.
No,
every time I do, it makes me laugh. Don't call me Quiver Joe. Stop calling me Quiver Joe. Now look, these two dweebs down here are telling you that that's all a conspiracy theory, right? I mean,
yeah, that's stuff that comes from 4chan,
right? Yeah,
it doesn't come from the records of the company and Burisma, and it doesn't come from him actually seeing the payments going into the account. No, that's conspiracy.
No, facts. Those are facts.
No, it's conspiracy.
Wait, conspiracy. Wow, damn
yes.
It.
Right.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Shady, for clearing that up for me.
I know it's tough to keep it. You know, we're juggling here. Oh, clown.
Speaking of juggling, Mittens the clown.
Hey, Mittens.
Mitt Romney forms an alliance with Top Dem to go after Trump. Woohoo!
Come on, bring it, Mitt. If you couldn't swing and win an election against Barack Obama, you're not going to win this one.
Okay, all right. Wait.
How many clowns can you fit in one of those cards?
Oh my God!
They just keep coming out.
Right. So we talked about this one. MSM, be ready. I mean, this is interesting, folks. They have lost their control. I just thought this was a really cool photo. Look at that.
I love that.
Look at that. Keep America great,
wow.
folks.
That is a beautiful picture.
That really is, and I think that's going to be our video header today. So look at this too. I just wanted to remember we talked about Chupacabra.
Yes.
I did this July 30th, and this is very interesting. The Chupacabra is a legendary creature in folklore in parts of the Americas. And it was first purported sightings were reported in Puerto Rico. The name comes from the animal's reported habit of attacking and drinking the blood of livestock, including goats. And that was from his tweet on July 30th, hunting for chupacabras. And then we look at Q's post, targets may be closer than they appear. Satellites. Hunters become the hunted. Ooh, I got to look up Chupacabra and NRO, Shady. Interdasting. And circa 2001, what happened at September 11th, 2001, Shady? N-Rock.
Yep.
Boom. So let's do that. Let's do a live dig. Let's do NATIONAL reconnaissance. RECCONNIA SSANCE and CHU. How do you spell Chupacabra again?
CHUP.
It'll
Chuba B.
Let's see. It'll correct me here.
There it is.
All right. So must include Chupacabra. Nope, it doesn't look like we got any. But sometime. Oh wait, Chupacabra. Stephen Prosser. Maybe not. SEAL Team 666 Adventure. National. Whoa. Sent to southern Arizona to investigate rumors of Chupacabra running National Council Office of Coordinated Satellite. What?
What is that? You already clicked on that one.
Border Dogs, a SEAL 666 Adventure. Oh my God, look at that. That's the 3 things on their patch. Remember that? So sent to Arizona to investigate rumors of a Chupacabra running rampant, SEAL Team 666 becomes embroiled in Mexican cartel politics, a loss of one of their own. Wow.
This is 2013.
Right. Let me just do a control find. National Reconnaissance Office had coordinated a satellite pass which revealed a location that matched their parameters. Oh my gosh, dude.
A silver mine.
So, further investigation showed it was abandoned silver mine thought to have been flooded. In fact, reports as recent as October from the previous year from the Office of Mexican Ministry of National Mine Reserves indicate that the entrance had collapsed and impassable, but operations at Cyber Command told a different story. Working in concert with the NSA, they were able to do a short work of the information linking the regional minister of mines and minerals to Cayman Islands account in a bank favored by Los Zetas. Following the rabbit hole, they discovered additional connections to several American banks, a restaurant chain. Remember the Chupacabra recent one on the restaurant? It was a restaurant, dude. And Phoenix, a warehouse in Phoenix. Look at this, guys. I'm telling you can't make this stuff up. So NRO is now tied to Chupacabra. No? I don't know.
You moved back up. I was trying to read that. You moved back up. Yes.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. No, you're all good. It's interesting you mentioned the restaurant.
Right. So, and what is it? Chupacabra. So, let me see. Sarah Palin, the last one. Polar bears, igloos. Okay, so we're going to do a little further digging on that because this is a pretty big article, but we'll check that out. That's a live dig right now, brought to you by Shady and Matrixxx.
And Mr. Nunez.
Wow. So interesting. This is also Donald J. Trump. We just won a big court case on net neutrality rules. A great win for the future and speed of the internet will lead to many big things, including 5G. Congratulations to the FCC and its chairman, Ajit Pai. Look at this. The creation of the internet and connecting platforms is bringing about their downfall. Failure to control. MSM is dead. Internet Bill of Rights. Q. Interesting, right?
Yes. We're gutting them. We're gutting them on every front.
It's amazing.
Really, we are.
Real quick. My daughter just got home, so I'm just going to close
That's all good.
door. All right. Wow, man. So this is Q Plus, guys. He is on fire. Let me just keep going. So also today, we need you guys to look at all the posts regarding Five Eyes. This comes from the Senate Judiciary from Lindsey Graham urges Prime Minister of Australia, Italy, and the UK to continue working with AG Barr as the Justice Department investigates the origin and extent of foreign influence in the 2016 U.S. presidential election.
Investigate. The investigate is a word that Democrats only want to use if they're using it.
Right.
They don't want us to use the word investigate ever, because then if we use the word investigate, we are digging up dirt. And if they investigate, they are protecting America.
So there's 20 results on Five Eyes. Okay. There's only one way to regain the trust regarding equal justice under the law, regarding White House, regarding Intel, regarding FBI, regarding DOJ, regarding Senate, regarding Congress, regarding Five Eye, regarding our government, of the majority of the American people, is to provide truth, transparency, and prosecution of all those who
knowingly
took part in this illegal, manufactured effort, attempted coup to take down the President of the United States. Opens the door. The Great Awakening. Ask yourself a very simple and logical question. What is a FISA warrant application? Is it highly confidential, safeguarded product of the United States government? If a product of the United States government, how did UK, Australia know what was listed inside the package? Think called a POTUS to prevent D-class. Sources and methods. If the U.S. government requests UK, Australia +2 to spy, plus campaign insertion on American presidential pre-nominee, plus POTUS elect, is there a chain of command to approve such authority? Paper trail of the chain of command and umbrella spy metadata? If not tasked and targeted under Five Eyes, what legal authority existed to engage the targeting? Think Nunez statement, not through normal collection, gathering, and reporting oversight regarding Five Eyes. Did the dossier provide the bulk data anchor for the spy campaign? What entity paid for the research dossier? Opposition candidate? What U.S. ally completed the collection of false data? Why was it important to use sources within the UK versus the U.S.? How do you circumvent U.S. law? What other anchors were provided to the FISA court in order to gain the warrant? D-class will show. What was the other data collection process worse than the dossier? Why didn't the FISA court require in-room presentations of the data prior to sign-offs? Who signed apps 1 through 4? Who traveled to UK, Australia post-election of POTUS? Why were security privileges removed from select formerly active individuals? Treason, sedition, corruption at the highest levels of government worldwide. How do you repair a bridge without closing it down? Q. Look at that.
Very carefully.
Yes, and there's many more posts, and they're all very relevant. The reason why they're doing this witch hunt is to prevent this. This is their last resort, folks.
You know, there's we've been throwing the rumor around for almost a month now that the Horowitz report has already been given to Barr, so they know at any moment the hammer could drop. Brennan was on MSNBC this weekend, I think it was, and he was saying that he has an interview with John Durham in his quasi investigation.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Shady, go ahead and read this one. It's 9/10/18.
D-class of FISA will initiate the resignation, recusal, and or removal of Rod Rosenstein. D-class of FISA will initiate the awareness that all signers will be currently under investigation. D-class of FISA will factually demonstrate without argument the U.S. government under Hussein knowingly presented false evidence to the FISC in an effort to obtain legal U.S. intelligence umbrella surveillance of the president, identify the target for the sole purpose of influencing the 2016 election of the presidency. Not Russia, but Hussein HRC projection, plus safeguard against possible loss of power, firewalls, use of back channel, surveillance and spy, insertion body 1, 2, and 5 by UK and Australia, primary activated under Director Brennan, Director Clapper, with presidential daily brief regular updates, plus live streaming White House Hussein non-oval situation room coordination. FISA full brings down the House. White House. Q.
Boom.
The Obama administration is what we're referring to when we say FISA brings down the House.
That's right. And you look at that. That was retweeted by the president. Reread all drops regarding Five Eyes, folks. This was awesome, Shady. Terrence, let's check it out. Ready?
Terrence got to finally make it to meet the president.
And all of a sudden I see this man on Twitter, and I see him all over, and he was hitting her, and I never saw anything like it. I felt so sorry for her. And then I look and I say, who is this guy? His name's Terrence Williams. I look. And I look and I say,
love it.
You know the way you look, and the first thing I look is how many followers does he have? And he had like 700,000 followers.
This shows you that he
said,
looks at your Twitters,
whoa.
guys.
You know, oftentimes I'll be impressed by somebody. I'll look and they have 3 followers. I say, we have to wait for him or her. But this guy has a following like very few people, and I want to just thank you because I'm a fan of yours also. You're a very successful guy. Say a few words, please.
Thank you, President.
He was hitting her so hard.
Yeah, this is a little too tall for me. First of all, I just want to say I love President Donald J. Trump.
Yeah.
The media is attacking him, but when they attack him, they are attacking us. Because he is out here fighting for us. And they are harassing you, Mr. President, so they are harassing me.
And you and me, guys.
And I want to say one more thing here. A while back, President Trump said, when he was talking to the black community, if you vote for me, what do you have to lose? Because the do-nothing Democrats have done nothing for the black community. 2020 is around the corner, and we have a lot to lose now because President Donald J. Trump has done so much for the black community. Thank you, President Trump.
Yay. Amazing man.
Amazing moment, too.
That's awesome.
He is something, and he's a talented guy. And when he started talking, I watched it once, I watched it twice, and then I called the First Lady over. I said, what do you think of this guy? Thank you
Thank you, Terrence. That's awesome. So we've got a lot of wild stuff.
And a little bit of context for Terrence there. You know, he's recovering from injuries sustained whenever he was in a car accident. He was actually on his way to meet the president whenever he was in that car accident.
That's right.
Last year, and so I guess it was like 6 or 8 months ago now. But I'm glad to see he has recovered and is getting the opportunity to stand shoulder to shoulder with the president of the United States. It's such a great moment there he had.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Terrence. We love you. Also, Donald J. Trump, again, posts Drain the Swamp. Now, I don't know if you guys have looked at all of the Drain the Swamp things from Q. But look, this is not just another 4-year election. Drain the Swamp does not simply refer to removal of those corrupt in D.C. God wins, Q. You guys, look at this. Rothschilds, cult leaders, church, P, banks, financial institutions, worldwide government control. Government controls people. Saudi Arabia, SA, oil, tech, sex, children. SA controls assigned US, UK politicians, tech, codes, primary. Soros controls organizations of people, create division, brainwash, plus management, operator of slush funds. Personal net worth. Never reduces. Think DOJ, settlements, consumer, Iran, EnviroPacts, etc. And now we got the triangle, right? Rock, past, off over followers, present, future. Order is critical. Strings cut to US, UK. Expand your thinking. Swamp drain. Sexual harassment. Exit future. R. No. Bomb away. So, if you guys didn't take a look at all these swamp drain posts, I did. There's 9 with drain, guys. And Q Plus is wanting us to look at these posts, folks. We just covered this one. Drain the swamp. Look at this. Look at this. It's all relevant today, guys. Look at that, Shady.
Swamp, and more swamp.
Swamp. Look at that. Joe Biden. Look at that. Follow the family. Did we know? Dude, Shady, Q knew about this Joe Biden stuff that was happening right now. Look at that. Joe Biden, Vice President of the United States. Follow the family. Corruption in D.C. How to get rich. Are liberals willfully blind? Or what? Biden's brother. $1.5 billion contract in Iraq. Biden's son. $1.5 billion deal with China. Coincidence? Drain the swamp, guys. Drain it. Truth, transparency, and equal justice under the law. Drain the swamp. United we stand. We, the people. Where we go, one we go all. Press 45 out there if you guys are supporting this president right now and amazed at these Q drops, man, from Q Plus. I'm telling you, man. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, look at this. Drain the swamp. It's all about everything that we're talking about today. Shady, read that right there. People have the power.
People have power. Don't forget how to play. Together you are strong. Facebook violation of your privacy. Facebook actively tracking you. Facebook reading your private messages. Facebook censoring you. Anti-conservative. More will drop. We have it all. Class action lawsuits are effective. Global. Jack, you're next. What is Jack's secret Twitter handle? Dummy accounts to talk. What you see is limited. Think emails, Loretta Lynch, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, etc. Q.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, this is the big con, guys. The con. This is it, guys. And he was talking about the con in a post too. I mean, when you see the president, tweet something, guys, it means something, folks. It means something.
And the transparency, we keep talking about the transparency in government. That the transparency leads back to exactly what we're pointing at there with the scams, with the Red Cross, with the with the money in Syria, all of that. Like these politicians are standing there on the other ends with their Pez dispensers open, having their Pez containers filled up. They put it over there, and it goes right back in their foundations, right back in with their their kids. The nepotism is running rampant.
And remember, like there was another one too where he posted plus. Remember that?
There was more than one Q post where there were 3 pluses.
Yep. No, the POTUS just tweeted plus.
Oh yeah, in the POTUS. Yep, there were. Oh, just recently. I didn't know that. I know he did before.
I think it was yesterday.
I got it.
I'm looking. See, I'm looking real quick too because I thought I tweeted it. Hang on one second, yos. Oh, pain.
Boom.
Drain the swamp. Did you guys see this real quick?
Just like I promised, right?
Halfway through into your first term and prosperity is at an all-time high. In 2 years, you really made America great again.
See, I told you. It's more than just words on a silly head.
Isn't that amazing, guys? If you have a chance, I'm afraid of copyright, so go ahead and just check it out. But here it is. This is for Donald J. Trump right here. This is it. Thank you, Q+. So, this is it, guys. Look at this. Let me see how I can do this. Let me open this one right here. Okay. Here it is. All right. So, let's just go to POTUS tweets. Here they are. It is incredible to watch and read the fake news and how they pull out all stops to protect creepy Joe Biden and his throne out of the military son. Didn't we just cover that, Shady, with the he's kicked out for coke, right? Hunter, who has handed $100,000 a month plus from a Ukrainian-based company, even though he had no experience in energy. And separately got $1.5 billion from China. Didn't we see that in the Q post too, Shady? Despite no experience and no apparent reason, there's no way these can be legitimate transactions. As lawyers and others have stated, as president, I have an obligation to look into possible or probable corruption. No doubt about it. And look at this, guys. So here it is. There it is. Follow the family. Look at Joe Biden's son, brother, net worth tens of millions. Clinton family. Look at this, guys. Insane. And then remember the plus. So why were the events in Saudi Arabia extraordinary? Who was arrested? What will bank records provide? List names, family, history, investment, ownership, stakes, and point-to-point contacts. Example, Alaweed, Huma, Barack Obama, Citigroup, U.S. control. Why is this relevant? House of Saud. House of Saud, U.S. control. Follow the money. What power shifts recently occurred? Was a new king appointed? Coincidence? Dark to light. Why is this relevant? One side of the triangle removed, first time in history, other sides falling. And look at the plus there, Shady.
Plus.
Rothschilds? Is that the Rothschild side? I don't know, man. So interesting that our POTUS said plus.
It's interesting too. There's a little bit of shake up going on in Saudi Arabia. The bin Salman's one of his closest bodyguards was killed this past week.
Wow.
Yeah, and so interesting. They're making moves globally, is what I'm seeing. It's a panic moment right now. We definitely need to, everyone I think out there, be diligent and be very perceptive and observant in your realities, no matter where you are, what you're doing. We kind of just don't know what the reaction is going to be, but I think that we've got them in a position right now where they're going to start making a lot of noise. They're going to have to out themselves as initiating the coup on the surface to get more momentum. They're going to make some sort of move here.
Yeah, let's watch this.
Nancy Pelosi's in the clutches of a left-wing mob. They finally convinced her to impeach the president. All of you know your Constitution. The way that impeachment stops is when a Senate majority, with me as majority leader.
Boom. Remember, our president and Q has said 2/3. We control 2/3. It's impossible to impeach him. The Senate will protect him. That is the firewall, protecting our votes.
You know that the the Democrat control, or the Democrats in the House of Representatives, whenever they were impeaching Bill Clinton, they were presented with evidence. They were presented with evidence that showed unequivocally that the president of the United States had committed at least 7 felonies. And when President Clinton left office, he actually had to admit to those felonies for them to agree to not criminally pursue him after he left office. Now, that's the truth.
Right.
No one will tell you that, but the truth is that President Clinton admitted to the felonies. And now we are impeaching someone who we can't point to one shred of evidence that says he committed a misdemeanor, much less a felony.
That's right.
Not one shred of evidence. Now, so that's the difference. The Democrats were presented with evidence that showed 7 felonies per the Ken Starr investigation. And now we are being presented by the Adam Schiff. Do you notice that they're putting this in the Intelligence Committee instead of Nadler's Judiciary Committee? It should be in Judiciary with Nadler. But
right.
Instead, they've got it all stuffed over here with Schiff. And now Schiff has admitted to meeting with the whistleblower, which makes him a material witness in the case.
Accessory to the crime or whatever, yeah.
Well, you can't be a witness and also the judge.
Right, exactly correct. Great point, brother. Wow, yeah. Wow. And you want to know,
say conflict of interest?
You want to know how they want it. This is what's happening. This is a great reflection as to what the Dems want to do to you and I. Here we go. That is in Hong Kong, guys. So they attacked. They attacked a protester in a Trump mask. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're telling them they're not allowed to wear any masks. Matrixx. They're saying that they've now made a law, quote unquote law in Hong Kong, preventing anyone from wearing a mask at all. So now they're arresting anyone that they can grab with a mask on in China, guys, with the resources that we gave them from years and years and years of buying cheap goods in Walmart.
Wow. And Shady, last thing that we'll cover here, I guess, today is I'm trying to find Hillary's tweet here. Hang on one second.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and just set it up? Oh, wait, real quick. Ron, after a few weeks, this is Code Monkey Z. This is an 8chan update, folks. After a few weeks of building a new groundwork to better protect user privacy and security, we are now in the final stretches before getting things back online. Beta testing of infrastructure is in progress, verifying and confirming that all systems are functioning as expected. Stay tuned, folks. 8chan coming back.
That's
activated. Let's cover this one real quick too. Do you see this, Shady?
Mm-hmm.
So manpower guidance for activation and deactivation of reserve component Marines ordered to active duty. ISO defense support of civil authorities, folks. Date signed 10/3/2019.
This is an instruction for all the Marines to be prepared to assist at a moment's notice of anything that's localized to their location that is be in jeopardy as far as civil unrest or government organization is concerned. This is kind of unprecedented, man.
Yep.
Talked to a few people that seem like this is very unprecedented.
And Q post 955, USMC activated US 3Q. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
And then the other post was talking about Boom Week as well that we read earlier. This is definitely something to keep your eye on. Like I said, we are in a moment where they are going to reveal that they are involved in a full-scale coup. They actually probably think that more people support it than do, and they're going to expose themselves thinking they have more support than they do, and then all of a sudden the tide turns.
That's right. This is it. Loving the movie. When you can't discredit this movement, using logic and facts, you resort to comparing it to art. Information warfare, IW, destroy the controlled narrative. Power belongs with the people. Where we go one, we go all. Q plus. Love that
That's
picture.
Awesome.
Love that picture.
I love that. Wow, that is great. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, and let me just go back because I'm trying to find Hillary.
I've got it here if you want me to read it.
Yeah, go ahead and start.
It was a little further down below where you were.
Yep, go ahead. Start reading it. I'm going to get it.
This was posted by Hillary the other day, and she put up a quote of Barbara Jordan, a representative from 1974. And this is the quote: "If the impeachment provision in the Constitution of the United States will not reach the offenses charged here, then perhaps that 18th century Constitution should be abandoned to a 20th century paper shredder." Now, that was posted by Hillary Clinton on October 4th as what? Saying that there's no crime. We're talking about there's no evidence of a crime. And we are going to abandon our Constitution to the paper shredder. Do you think these people love America, Matrixx?
Dude, they're insane.
Do you think they love your electoral? Do you think they love their fellow? Do you think they love the idea of freedom? They have no care for it whatsoever, right? They hate it with a passion, with a glowing, seething passion. They hate you. They hate the idea that you act like you're free. They hate the idea that you think you should be free. They hate the idea that you want to teach your kids what you want to teach them. All of those things they despise because it prevents their mind control, prevents their system from grinding out another human energy cell that just goes along its whole life and doesn't do anything, doesn't look up, just keeps on just paying the system, paying the man, not living in your abundance, not living in your actual reality, not finding who and what it is you want to do, you want to be, but doing this because you have to. That's what we've been grubbed down into, and that's not what America was founded on.
No, it wasn't. It's not what we believe in. That's not us, man. Decide for yourself to be free, folks. And Shady, I'm going to go right into this. That was a very well done, well stated. These people better keep their hands off my Constitution, Shady. What do you think?
Yes, they better.
All right, here we go.
Things are going to get rough quick.
Rough quick. So let's check this out. This is very good. Let's check it out. fact, we're the majority, folks. That, Shady, is one of my favorite Q posts, and I think that's a good one to go out on right here. With all the stuff that we've just talked about today, just remember, we're seeing all these polls, they're failing in all their polls because we are the majority, guys. We are the majority, and that choice to know will always be yours, folks. Shady.
Yes, sir. And I wanted to maybe one last thing. Let me grab the screen share real quick.
You got it, my friend. Let me just stop
I want to share one last thing that just happened, guys. This is something that you might want to pay attention to. We have I'm going to share the sound and coming up right now. You got me?
Let me go to Zoom. Hang on one second.
Let's see if you got me there. I think you should.
Yep, I got you.
Check this out, ladies and gentlemen.
Check this out.
Check this out.
Look, nothing in the sky at all. Then all of a sudden, bam, what is that? Anybody tell me what that is? We're in the middle of the ocean on a ferry. Nothing around. Look, nothing around.
Very interesting.
No land, no nothing.
That's some nice lens flare, Matrixx.
Interesting.
That was off of Hatteras between the ferry looking out into the ocean just like Thursday or Friday or something. So everybody out there, there are things happening that we don't understand right now, and we have to stay alert. We don't know what is the program and what is real until we discern it, until we take it apart together. I think that's why we've been chained together like this, Matrixx, is so that we can help each other through this whenever we start getting, D-class could be so much more than we know.
Absolutely, Shady. Wow. And we got Trinity up, man. Thank you guys for being here today.
So much love out there, Matrixx. Thanks again for another wonderful show and another day of winning. It's Monday. It's Red October. Don't hesitate to be speaking to some people out there about this. I think they're red pilling, though. I can feel it. They're out there red pilling.
They
Matrixx,
are.
Every day. They're doing it.
And I'm doing it.
They're relentless.
People are listening, too. People are listening.
They're paying attention. kitchen.
They're ready. And keep red pilling, guys. It's time to get loud, be proud, and be heard. And with that, guys,
I'm jumping out.
We're going to jump out of this Matrixx,
Much
Shady.
love.
Oh, man. Thank you, Shady, my brother. Always a pleasure. Much love to you. And guys, press 17 if you guys enjoyed today's show. I know we can't cover it all, but there's other great people out there to look at, like iPod, Praying Medic, and others. Guys, get out there. Spread the word. You are not the majority. Oh, excuse me. You are the majority. You are not the minority. Remember that. At Shady Grooove with 3 O's on Twitter. At In the Matrixxx with 3 X's. That's X's and O's for you guys. Our Patriots, we love you so much. Thank you for being here again. Monday, Red October 7th. 8chan could be back soon, folks. But in the meantime, we got Q+. Much love.